So that must be our hearts. I don't know what we say, a sorrow or a pang, whatever you name you give that feeling. Next. This is what I am trying to stress. The word, Sri Aurobindo says, the word has to be captured and given to the world. The higher mental states are actually inner stations, levels of consciousness, like the seeds. This seed is a level of consciousness in our mental plane. You sit in the chief minister's seat. The chief minister, wherever he sits, the seat becomes chief minister's seat. You understand it? So that is the mental seat. And the physical seat is the seat where he sits in the office. So this chief minister's seat must be a word in the chief minister's mental plane where he sits there, and because he is sitting there because of his mental prowess, he is sitting in the seat. I am just giving an example of the seat. It may be the seat of an engineer or a scientist or somebody. You can understand now this seat and the asanas you do with the mind, with the body, and then various seats, sadas, make a house, griha, where you are housed in the mental plane. Our mental plane we house as a Hindu, somebody else as a Muslim, somebody else is housed as a Christian. Those houses becomes the devalayas, and the devalayas become the nucleus of the towns. Places or statuses, dhama. Dhama are the multi-storied buildings we are having. So our higher mental plane is working. It is reflected as a multi-storied building in the physical plane, but we are not aware of this connection. And Sri Aurobindo continuously emphasizes that there is a continuity of consciousness from Sat to the matter. It is a continuity where the various levels come down, but they just come down, but the source is that. So for the multi-storied statuses, what is the consciousness which makes you stay in a multi-storied building? Do we know? No. We are forced to stay there because of various other constraints. But these are the higher mental states which we have to understand. That is why I am saying reading this book once is not enough, twice is not enough. Maybe 100 times you may get the crux of it. But these slides you concentrate. And the footings, the padam and padma are almost what we call are synonyms. So it is the lotus consciousness of the Guru which we catch hold when we pray when we touch the feet of the Guru. You should become conscious of the lotus in which the Guru is seated, the padam. Earth, the bhumi, dwelling places, the chiti. And this lotus I will explain in the Yoga of Perfection. Sri Aurobindo has explained. Next. But the sadhaka of the integral yoga has to harmonize all. Go back. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have to harmonize all these states of higher consciousness in integral yoga. So you should be aware of what these consciousness mean. These are the names given to various levels of our consciousness in higher mind. And you understand what is a lower mind and a higher mind. Lower mind is a time conscious. Higher mind is infinity conscious. These are the levels in infinity conscious. And this is what I want you people, let us join together and read this book with that spirit. This must be our purpose. If we understand it, just the 101 monkey you remember, if you understand it, it means majority of the human beings are understanding it. And our Vishwarupa, Shatashodha Sahasrashaha. If you understand it, if you really understand it, not just writing it and memorizing it and vomiting it out, but if you really understand it, be sure that 100 people also will understand minimum, and maximum Sahasrashaha. And after that, it goes on. So next slide. But the sadhaka of the integral yoga has to harmonize all. All means those higher plane conscious worlds that may become a plenary and a equal unity of the full realization of Satchidananda. Here the last difficulty of mind meets him, its inability to hold at once the unity and the multiplicity. The multiplicity is based on three things: Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesha. Brahma means a creative process, Vishnu means the sustaining process, and Mahesha means the dissolving process. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara. These are the three gunas, Sattva, Raja and Tamo also, which creates the multiplicity. But you should know also the Akhanda Mandalakaram, the unity. So these two shlokas of Guru Stotra is the basis of integral yoga. You know the multiplicity and you know the unity, which strings the multiplicity as if Sutre Manigana Yuva, as the beads are threaded by the thread, the one unity is threaded into all these souls of human beings. Next. Next slide. Now, the explanation part of this one becoming many but still being one is something which can't be expressed in words, and therefore a symbol and a legend. What is this title given to any book? Huh? You remember this, a symbol and a legend. And Savitri is the light of the sun falling on earth. That is what Savitri means in Sanskrit. Swayateti Savitri, which flows down, is Savitri. So when the light of the sun, and what do you mean by the sun? Not this physical sun, even though he is the manifestation of the truth consciousness. If you want to have a manifestation of the truth consciousness in the world, sun is the best symbol. Or you can say, as you are the manifestation of your psychic being in this physical world, the sun is the manifestation of the Vijnanamaya Kosha, the future coming Purusha. We have the Manomaya Purusha now. When we go to the supramental Purusha, it becomes Vijnanamaya Purusha. And now I read this. The difference, not easy to define except by symbols, may be expressed if you take the Vedic image in which the sun represents the Vijnana and the gnosis means Vijnana, and the sky, mid-air and earth, Prudhvi, Akasha and Antariksha. The three lower planes, mind, vital body and material body. Sky, mid-air and earth, the mentality, vitality and physicality of the man and of the universe, living on the earth, climbing into the mid-air or even winging into the sky. The mental being, the Manomaya Purusha, would still live in the rays of the sun and not in its bodily light.